real fresh air, that, Neville. I need that after last night's beer.
I thought keeping a tab of everything, Dennis.
A tab?
Yeah. You know, share all expenses, and we? Even Stevens, like. Hotel bills, hire of the rods, grub, you know. Stuff like that.
Barry, do you ever leave off, eh?
Look, Dennis, somebody's got to think of these things in the absence of an elected leader, you know, have they? Cool. Then...
Morning.
Morning. You still here, lad?
I couldn't get a lift, so I kicked down. But why didn't you stay with us? You could have stayed in the village. No, well, I've been camping, you see.
Your bedroll don't take up much room, do it?
You've been sleeping rough, haven't you?
Just last night, that's all. Where did you last eat? I'll be okay, honest, I'm all right.
He's freezing dead.
Listen, we're staying in a place in the village.
Yeah, I know where.
Right, look, there's my room key, right? Get yourself back there, have a hot bath, get yourself something to eat, then have a good kip.
Are you sure?
Go on, before you catch pneumonia.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Come on, lads, we got some fishing to do.
Used all my options, worked off my dues, played all the cards, now there's nothing to lose. Don't want tomorrow to be like today, that's why I'm breaking away. I'm not trying to run, not trying to hide, but what can I win if I'm losing my pride? Won't let tomorrow be like today, that's why I'm breaking away. Ooh, breaking away. Got to find a better way.
It's everywhere, gigs everywhere. What is it? 10th of August 2019, and it is 20 to 12 now. Just stay on the watch now. Bloody hell. It's amazing, isn't it? You don't cough all day. As soon as the cameras go on, the body wants to cough. Fuck yourself. So man, what's the beef here? Eh? We thought you got horse series too. Yeah, we have. Well, all that we could find anyway. So man, look at it. Pissing down. Cats and dogs, man. Well, not quite, but there's a bit of rain. And so far today, our weatherman says the wind's going to be up. I can already see the road cam's got a shake on. I don't like that. You've got a shake on as well. We've got two talk cameras, the GoPro and the Sony. We've got Sony road cam, and we've got this other GoPro for the side of the car if I want to put it on, basically. But today we are going to a location that's never been known. Let's just move over because I'm not getting behind this prick all the time. Why get a speeding ticket for some toss in front of me? Fuck yourself, mate. Yes, we're in a very cheery mood today. Just nothing changes on the road, you know what I mean? Especially in Nottingham. But today we are heading, what we got left? 69 miles. So this is a little like the Oak Convention video, I suppose, and other videos where I've just chopped the journey down because you don't want to see hour and a half of driving, man. Just going to a place, we need to see the place, not all the travelling to it. Up your arse, mate, for the red BM. Shall we go that way, or now we go this way? So this is the back of Cotgrave in Nottingham. Cotgrave's this way, and we're not going that way. We are heading the back way towards Red Mile, out Barley Mow, but we don't turn off towards Red Mile. We're going down south, man, Cambridgeshire, near Peterborough. basically, the way I'm going now, this chop's 10-11 miles off of going up the 46, along the 52, all the way up to almost in Grantham, up the 52, and then turning onto the A1. So this, I'm going through a few of the old villages. This is back of Althorpe we're coming into, and all in the distance on Old Road Cam there, basically you've got your, fucking Jesus man, how much road are you on? All the view in the distance is the Vale of Belvoir, or Beaver, miles ahead. But yeah. Oh hey man! It's getting a bit impatient. Yeah, you just keep coming mate, don't you worry. Sideswipe. This is what it's like man, you see this? This is, there's something up here, it just goes off and it does me nutting man, does me nutting. I just hate it when there's loads of drivers about me. So we've got a cyclist here, way too far out. Him in front, slow as snail. 2 pricks coming up the arse. And it's a very entertaining video, isn't it? We've got another one here, we've got 2 more coming down. Fucking Jesus. Come on mate, let's get round this fucking egg timer. Give it some. 70 miles an hour. Oh, I see you like a chatterley. She looked like a little chatterley. Height wise and hair wise. Not looks. So yeah, this road basically has taken me through all a little jumble of villages. We come out I think it's near Gunby, I think it's called. We come up the top end of the A1 near a place called Colsterworth. But as I get to the A1, I've got to pull across 2 lanes of A1 to get to the other side. I always hate that bit, because you think some bitch is coming fast, that's it, you're finished when you're dead. So you've always got to time it really good. And just watch yourself, especially in a car like this, where there's not as much power as what I'm used to in the other one. So, almost this time last week I was driving the same way but in the other car. Well, Mrs. was driving, come to think of it, and I was here going, oh, speed up. Come on, Corsa, get a move on. We're going okay. A few people are still behind in the distance now, and we're just toddling along. But location wise, we are going to a location that's never been found, and it's always been a bloody puzzle, just like Ali Fraser's, just like Chatley's used to be. Jesus mate, you've got fuck all power in 4th. Drop down again, you put your foot down, it's like, yeah, alright then, you want power here, don't make me laugh. Into 3rd. So yeah, Series 1 fishing location. Obviously some of that was Germany, where the lads encountered Colin, and I think some asked online recently, was it Germany? It was Germany. This look on these sites on locations page, the listed man, where he walks through the little brick archway thing, and that just wanders off nice and slow after he's encountered the lads, you know, when they found him sleeping rough. But no, that was Germany, and then someone else said, I bet it's filmed in Germany where they fish as well. No, it wasn't. I can guarantee you that, man. Turn that down a bit. So yeah, a short while ago on UK eBay, as I call it, you're just as impatient as me, mate. I saw your brake light slam on then. Yeah, there was a script for Series 1 up here on eBay. Wouldn't you know it, it was a script for the fishing episode. And it went online and it had bids and blah blah blah. I think one of the other chaps on the site, he were bidding on it. He said, oh don't worry, I think bids high enough, we'll probably get it, and we should be okay. Just push the old microphone muff out the way then. That's what it's called, micro muff, or dead cat in professional terms of cameramen. So yeah, this script was on, bid. Oh look, you lost it to some bitch. So somebody out there has the episode script, and guess what it had in it? The location of the fishing scene, and it had maps. It had about 3 or 4 printouts of map pages, and it had information. And when we lost the auction, I messaged the seller, I think even the other chap did that were bidding, So any chance of just a couple of confirmation things before you get rid of it, or any chance of a photocopy, you know, scan it and we'll pay you for it. And he was like, no. He was a bit iffy with it. So I says, well, the reason we're asking is we're trying to find location, never been found, and obviously with that script being the full one, we're hoping it's got some info in there. Is there any way you can tell us that you know, where it is, or what's been circled on the map, or what place is listed? You know, I don't know what details was in it, you know. So you just ask whatever you can ask. It's a green light, mate. You don't stop on the crossroad, you carry on because everyone's stopped. There you go, now he's woke up. Oh, a bit. Oh, another bloody tractor, man. So, we had a message back off this seller. Awkward bastard. And he just teased a couple of pages. Now, stuck a page out a little bit, took a picture, stuck another one out of the maps, took a picture. And of all the places that we could see that were named, we couldn't hardly find anything. It was like, what the hell was this meant to be? Can't you just say, all right, look in this place, just give us a clue, you know? Like, if someone said to me, where's Thornley Manor, I think, how can you not know where that is? All the fans over the years know that. So if I wanted to be a bastard and say, well, Thornley Manor, it's near Cornton, they're going to find it. Even if you say, oh, it's near Cornton, mate. You can't miss it if you're looking around Cornton. You'd find it. And I thought, can't this chap just do that, you know? Oh, it's near so-and-so, mate. Have a look about and you may find it. But no, he just had these little teasing images of the maps, which are still on my phone or my computer somewhere, one or two. And I thought, yeah, you toss it. And he just wanted his money, you know. I mean, we were offering to pay for a photocopy, you know. It didn't matter if it's not the original, just gives the damn info. But no, man, having none of it. And then that was it was forgotten about, basically. So later down the line, I do me location videos. The last one goes online, fans do what they do, get to locations, take the pictures. And then this chap got in contact with a site called Perry, and that's what I'm off to see now. Perry, I think he lives Maidenhead if I remember correct, but he's probably about 30-40 miles away from where we're going now. I'm about 60 miles away, or was it? I'm 53 miles away at the minute, but yeah, I think it's actually about 70 miles away from me, if I remember right, because of the way I'm going, or the way the sat-nav originally told me to go, which was up near Grant from then on to the A1. But yeah, Perry comes on and he's looking at the scene just as eager as I look at, just as eager and enthusiastic as I am looking at scenes, pinpointing this, pinpointing that, lining it up, getting it bleeding right, like they say in the second start credits in the song. Get it right this time. There you go. So basically, Perry being Perry, he knew some fishermen. I mean, I don't know many. I know a couple I grew up with at school, but I don't see them anymore. As in mates of mine that love to fish. But yeah, he put out word about, oh, have a look at this. Is it anywhere you think you might know? One or two of them knew it. So, oh yeah, I know who that is. Oh, I saw this then. But in the past, I think Lee on the website asked on Twitter Kevin Waitley's daughter, says, any chance you can ask your dad, Lee? Ask your dad, Kevin, about the location of the fishing scene in Series 1. Says, we appreciate it's a long time ago, but does he remember anything, you know? And Kevin's daughter come back and basically said, oh, just somewhere near Peterborough, that's what he can mainly remember, somewhere near Peterborough, but it was the UK. And then, yeah, Perry chose this fisherman, and he said, oh, it's in the Fens. It's like, the Fens? I mean, to me, I'm like, what the hell's the Fens? But it turns out this thing is near Huntingdon, which is down the A1, near the A14. And basically, there's a little village there called Offord Cluny. We'll spell it out for the people that think, what did he just say? So O-F-F-O-R-D, Offord, not Oxford, Offord Cluny. The Cluny is C-L-U-N-Y. So there you go, get searching. And I think it's Station Lane. So obviously next to a train station, a little local train thing. We're looking on Street View. Oh, you son of a... You're right away, mate. Not mine. Oh, not another tractor, please. Not another tractor, man. Good dog. So yeah, we're off to Station Lane, Offord Cluny. Saw this prick in front. But you have a wander down there, and that's where the weir is, where you see the lads walk over the bridge and that. That's had major changes in years gone by, but it's the same one. There's a shitload of guardrails up there, but you know, again, it's going to change over all that time, innit? He's got his foot down now. Good lad, as I've never once said. Good lad. Yes, that's what the pedal does, mate. It makes you go faster. Get on it. We do that at work. Polite wave followed by the V sign. Gets a few surprise looks. This is Stonesby we're just entering. Sounds wrong there, doesn't it? Just approaching Stonesby, 30 miles an hour. Think ahead, horses about. Alright. Well, that's Black Beauty, man. Wrong series now. Still used to talking about series 2. So yeah, basically Offord Cluny has a little pull-off thing on this Station Lane. I think you go through a gate. I mean, I've not been there. I'm on the way there now, obviously, for the first time. But Perry was there the other day. And he was looking at this, looking at that, trying to confirm where Colin's sleeping rough and where the lads were fishing, where Neville catches his fish, you know. Where they're talking about Colin and the fact he may be running off with all the stuff. Fucking hell, mate. You were like that then. He almost took the fucking bank out on the left. Fucking idiot. Yeah, I think there's like 4 different bits of the scene you see there. And Perry's like, oh, I think we've just got one more to confirm, which we'll hopefully do today. This bastard. 4.9 miles. There we've got a lovely A1 here, look at this. Oh, such a lovely stretch of road, this particular part has only just been refurbished. Nice new surface, nice shiny white barriers. New spanking new signs, but you can't go on the opposite side, so it could be an interesting drive back. Gordon Bennett. It's windy as bloody hell, still. You get bloody 75, 80 miles an hour, man. Jesus, you get... I feel like you're getting blown about like a carrier bag. It's bloody all over the shop. Especially in a car like this. Oh, I don't like the look of that. Shit, we're going to have to go a different way back here, man. Look at them, the queuing, man, the queuing. Holy shit. Holy Jesus. Bollocks, look at that, look at that. Queue. We're not going back this way. Holy mother. Shit, oh, what have we got? 3.5 miles. I don't like the look of that one bit. But it's a definite alternate route on the way back. Oh my god. Whoa, blue lights. Let me through. And look at all this up ahead. Bloody old man, big mound of bloody earth there, look. Ready to become a slip road in the future, no doubt. Shit, you know. Jesus Christ, man. Horse, man. Johnny girlfriend tandoori chicken. There you go, look, future slip road. Bloody hell, that brings back memories. Reminds me when the AE46 were being done down here, bottom of Nottingham. The changes you saw on that as it was, you know, in progress. Bloody hell, you're thinking this big mound of earth one day, you know, that was going to be another junction. So where are we going off? Oh, we're going off in a minute. 0.5 miles, we go off to Silver Street, whatever the hell that is. I am 50 mile an hour. I don't know where the cameras are around here, if there are, innit? Where we going? Brampton, no? A little bit further in. I remember seeing Brampton on the surrounding area on the map. The Offord. Oh, there we go. It was in Offord, Cluny, I hope. Where we going, man? Ah, here we go. You can always tell when someone doesn't know the road, can't you? I've got no clue, man. The bit, Silver Street, here we go. The bit where it was absolutely ram-packed last week, queuing, I've just passed it, and thankfully it's not the south side that's queuing this week. Where are we going? Down here. So I've just literally passed something that took me 45 minutes to get through last week, or took the missus 45 minutes to get through last week. It took us 45 minutes to do like 1.7 mile or something. I'm like, Jesus Christ. 20 miles an hour? Where the hell are we going? Follow this, what? Down here? You sure? This looks a bit weird. Jesus. There's some funny houses here, man. Big ones, eh? Well, you're seeing all this as I'm seeing it, chaps. This is new to you watching the videos, and it's bloody new to me. Kind of place you travel for now to see your grandparents have moved away, isn't it? Oh, here we are. This house on the right, I think's where they've gone. Alright then. Alright, Beryl. Alright, Maud. Come along, Morag. Morag? What's all these names? Oh, he's just down here. It's got a big driveway. That one with caravan. Yeah, alright then. Bloody hell. We're driving along here like we're looking for bloody business, you know what I mean? What's that? Victor Meldrew in that episode. I hope we got one here, look. Curb calling. Excuse me, could you tell me the way? Oh, so we're going. This is weird. Now into a 50 mile an hour zone. And that was my right of way, that's alright, don't mind that. Where the shit are we going? 1.1 miles. Bloody hell, I've had a bereavement here recently. Some toss has been knocked off his bike and God knows where. Poor bastard. It's never a nice thing to see. There's always something, isn't there? Stop this bloody course thing. A little green light comes on some of these new ones. Shift. I'll give you a bloody shift. Change gear when I want to change gear. Ah, there's some bit of a mix of house types around here, I'll say that. Posh ones, big ones that look posh, and then you get close and a bit lower quality than expected. And all the ones that are massive, you're like, Jesus, what's that doing in this area? So yeah, here, I've got no clue, man, where the hell, where we turn up, where we going, following it round. So you're probably going to see your car in the distance soon, with Perry outside of it saying, alright mate, I've never met Perry before, so this is a first for me, meeting Perry. I think his name's Perry Gascoigne. You'll see, he's posting on the groups a bit lately, he's got a few still pictures up. Jesus Christ, it's always been now. Glad I didn't get off the other car now. I'm going to just squeeze through there. Where the hell? Jesus, look at the size of that mother. Bloody hell. Here we go, Offord Cluny. Oh, we've got a lovely tanker in front. That's it, man. That's it. Shit, there's the bridge, man, there's the bridge. Hey, this is this place. Let me through, missus. Thank you. Visitors car park. Offord. What the hell? Offord and Buckden Angling Society. Bloody hell, man! It is a fishing thing in real life. Then there it is. Look ahead. I remember Perry saying on the message, drive through the like a yellow barrier thing, which is what I've just gone through. hell? Oh, there's a tiny bit of tackle up there, man, playing with a dog. She's got one of them stick things that holds the ball and you lob it. Take it, Wheeler. Leave a message for Perry.
Hey, that's real fresh air, that, Neville. I need that after last night's beer.
I'd not keeping a tab of everything, Dennis.
A tab?
Yeah. You know, share all expenses, and we? Even Stevens, like. Hotel bills, hire of the rods, grub, you know. Stuff like that.
Barry, do you ever leave off, eh?
Look, Dennis, somebody's got to think of these things in the absence of an elected leader, you know, have they? Cool.
This is Offord Cluny, just before the railway bridge, and you can even see there a train in the background going along there. There he is. And as we swing round,
Hi.
there's the chap with the info. This is Perry Gascoigne.
Hi chaps, hi pets. Welcome to Offord Cluny. This is the unseen, unfound before fishing trip bridge that we know is in Cambridgeshire. Is now been confirmed as being in Offord Cluny. A screenshot from the show up against the bridge. Whilst the bridge has changed considerably, you can still see that the wall on either side, it's very windy, the wall on either side
you got it.
is exactly the same. I've spoken to locals that have fished this area in the last 30-40 years. They remember the shot being filmed here, they remember the wooden bridge, they remember the production here. This is definitely 100% the bridge.
Right.
Later on we'll have a walk down to the weir where Barry and Moxie were talking about Colin.
Yeah, just flash that page up again. Oh yes, there you go. So differences straight away, obvious. They're basically the supports under the bridge. Bridge has obviously been replaced in later time, but as we swing round, there we go, we can see the bricks are all still the same. And that's one of the main giveaways, isn't it? Yep. Always one of the main giveaways. The bricks can always help. There we go. This is just one of what, 4 places down here?
There's four. There's here, the weir, there's the fishing, and there's the Colin Sea.
Right, okay. Okay chaps, on one camera we have steps going down. You want to do a bit of fishing, there you go. Over in the distance we have the cars, and we're guessing that's an approximate location where the cameras may have been when the lads were where we're stood now. So basically as we swing around, pretty obvious to see it's been replaced in time, but we're going to have a little stroll over where they actually went in the episode. And then to carry on down the footpath, Dennis and Barry mainly chatting here. With it being late summer, obviously you can see it's quite overgrown in places. Just leads through to a footpath in the distance there. And basically we're just going to go get a shot of the weir. We shall leave it to Mr. Perry again to explain this. We are at the minute, we're like in the background of a scene if it was going on right now. We're in the far distance, so to speak. So
Hi guys,
what are we doing?
So we're at the weir now where the lads have met Colin.
Yeah.
They've gone back, they're fishing, although they're now fishing at a different location. It's the beauty of editing.
Yeah.
And it's where now Barry starts mentioning about Colin. He hasn't had a shave for a week. Maybe he's growing a beard, maybe he's not growing a beard. And do we trust him? And they're sitting by a weir. And as Tim says, we're standing sort of in front of the weir.
Yeah.
So the sort of shot, we are sort of roughly standing about here, sort of just on top
Let's just get a shot of that.
top of Moxie's head almost, above the weir. And if you look across, you can. The green buoys are new. They used to be the chain used to go under the water. The buoys are now above the water. It's to stop boats from driving over the top or sailing over the top. But we're standing over the top of the weir. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get round to the other side now and see if we can get a shot from the other side.
Yeah, a shot from where they were sat talking.
That would be the
basically.
ideal plan.
Yeah. Okay. Give us an Wiedersehen, Perry.
Auf Wiedersehen, pets.
Well, I knows one thing. That Colin's no student. He don't know where he's going, and he ain't camping because he got no gear.
That's three things.
I'm scared stiff, if you ask me.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Despite your cynical exterior, Dennis, you give your fellow man the benefit of the doubt, don't you?
Again, buddy?
Hey, you trust people, you do.
Well, you've got to, haven't you? Why shouldn't I?
No, I'm not disputing it's an admirable attitude. No. I was just thinking, you know.
Thinking what?
I was thinking that maybe it was misplaced. You know, your trust, like.
Why?
Well, consider that Colin, right? Now, you must admit he does look a bit desperate. I think he ain't shaved for a few days, is he?
Well, nor have you.
It's because I'm growing a beard.
Maybe he is.
Well, he's not a student, right? As Bomber so rightly surmises.
Nothing else, buddy, man.
No, hear him out. Let him make his point.
Oh, there's a point to all
Yeah,
this,
my
is
point
there?
is this. If he's not a student, right, and he was hanging around last night, maybe it's him what tried to steal my bike. Maybe at this very minute, just maybe, he's going through all our things, right, prior to pissing off the destinations unknown. Of course, this is a hypothetical speculation, not taking into account trust, which Dennis put so much store in.
Come on.
Okay, Perry. Where are we now? Just give us a refresh.
Hi guys, so we're now at the another location. This is the scene where Barry and Moxie are sitting dangling their feet over the weir. It's at this point that Barry suddenly realises that Colin hasn't had a shave for a week. Why Barry? But maybe Colin wasn't growing a beard, maybe he was growing a beard. And did they actually trust Colin with Dennis's room key? And was it Colin that stole Barry's bike?
Yeah.
And it's at that point that they then decided to sort of leave the fishing rods and the beer and run back. This is a private island beside the river. We have had permission to go onto the island to take photographs, but if anyone does come here, please be respectful that it is private. You can actually see the weir from across the river from a public footpath.
Yeah. Okay. So we've knocked on, haven't we?
We've knocked the door and we've asked permission, and but be respectful if you do come here. It's great to see, but it is private land.
Okay. Cheers, Perry. Well, if you can hear me, chaps, you should be able to with the microphone muffler on. This is the opposite end of where we just were, and basically around this area is where Moxie and Barry you see mainly in the shot, and then obviously it fades back to where we're stood, where the rest of the lads are sat. But we're thinking that this was possibly added in later time, and obviously the fence along this side as well. But Barry seems to have his legs over the edge, and even Moxie may have his legs down towards the edge at one point. But as you're probably looking at this, some may be thinking this isn't that, man, it's all different, but it has changed. So we're in the right location. It's just obviously over 30 odd years now you are going to see the changes, which are these big green sun pitchers up here. But at the same time, this is the place. That's the good bit about it, it's confirmed. So you got a couple of similar posts either end, these little black so-and-sos. that are a similar style to what used to be there. But yeah, the main change here is your fence, your concrete down here, and basically the big green floaties here. And it's really windy, but this is what Perry's got here, look. And, you know, it's hard to keep it still. Put it on your chest. So there you go. So what he's holding there is really bad wind, chaps, I'm sorry. There you go, it's basically just there. And he's having trouble here, look. Look at this.
But I've still got my hat.
I know, my hat flew off and his is still on. But there you go. So, cheers again, Perry, for showing us where we're going, man.
More than welcome. And we'll go off and find Colin now, sleeping rough. We're at his sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Lovely day, Perry.
Morning. Morning. You still here, lad?
I couldn't get a lift, so I kept down. But why didn't you stay with us? You could have stayed in the village. Now, well, I've been camping, you see.
Your bedroll don't take up much room, do it?
You've been sleeping rough, haven't you?
Just last night, that's all. Where did you last eat? I'll be okay, honest, I'm all right.
He's freezing dead.
Listen, we're staying in a place in the village.
Yeah, I know where.
Right, look, there's my room key, right? Get yourself back there, have a hot bath, get yourself something to eat, then have a good kip.
Are you sure?
Go on, before you catch pneumonia.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Come on, lads, we got some fishing to do.
Here we are, another location literally across the road, and as we swing round we will see Perry again. Myself and Perry just lined this up with his printed out screenshot here, and basically this is where Colin was kipping down. If you want to carry on, Perry.
Yes, as Tim says, this is where the lads stumble across Colin, who's been sleeping rough, and Dennis gives Colin the key to go back to the hotel to have a bath and something to eat. This location has never been found before, so it's absolutely
brand new.
That we've found it. It's a brand new find, not a million miles away from the weir, but when it's all edited together, it all looks like they're next to each other.
Oh yes, we will. Well, I will overlay a map, I should say, on top of this footage, and we will point out where the locations are. But this is literally the beauty of editing with the episodes again. You see with Perry there, he's got a big main tree behind Dennis there, and that is actually just to the left of Perry at the minute, just in the distance. So, get a point, Perry. There we go, there we go. Where Perry's pointing, yeah, these trees in the distance here. So basically, we'll line it up on the edit anyway, we'll show you. This basically resembles where Dennis just gives the key over, says, you know, off you go back to the room, get yourself a bath and get you something to eat. But as Perry says, this is never before known, and as of today it's now a brand spanker, and I'm sure we'll see a few more fan pictures in the future. But this will be pieced together on the footage, you'll get to know where this is. And yeah, it's actually just right in the middle of a bloody field, so to speak. But yeah, the main tree in the centre of the image right now, that is basically in the background, everything matches, the tree to the left of it. This is where you pinpoint it, this is where you match everything up. And everything matches, and basically this is where Colin was. And that's it, he heads off to the hotel, gets a bit of a slap up meal, and the lads go fishing. But yeah, this confirmed location is now the new one to many fans. And there you go, another one ticked off. Thanks to Perry, thanks to a printer, and thanks to coming and actually seeing it ourselves.
I've got a one! Hey, he has two, look!
Steady, lad.
No, I can feel it, man, Bummer, I can feel it!
Bloody calm down, will you? Start a very great white.
Well, what do I do?
Reel it in, you planet. Come on, that's it.
Hey, look! Well done, son!
Well done, mate.
This one here, that one there, shape in the background. Two there and a couple further up. Okay, here we are. This is the last piece of the puzzle regarding the scene of the Fishermen the Lads. And as we swing round, you're probably thinking, what the hell's all this? Because there's no waterman. But as we swing round towards Mr. Perry here, Perry is stood, he's a bit more forward to the camera, but it doesn't matter. I says, but he's in line with a distant shot of where the lads would be, as you can see, as we'll get closer to him in a minute. But basically, this is a area that is really, and I mean really, susceptible to flooding. Perry's got a little bit more info he's going to tell us, but as you look at the image on Perry's chest, you're probably thinking that is not that, but I assure you we have just matched this again. Another match today, Perry. So give us a bit of info on who told you about this, and we've confirmed it, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely. The very kind gentleman, Dave Little from the local fishing club, has fished this area all his life, knows it like the back of his hand, confirmed this exact location, told us that it does flood. What's obviously changed over the years is the tree lines have grown, there's a new bridge behind the trees and stuff, but this has now been confirmed as definitely the location where the lads are. As Tim just said, the area floods, sceptical flooding, so whilst we're standing on grass now, when it was filmed it was probably underwater. But the fence you can see over my shoulder is still there with the barbed wire, and the tree lines all match up. There is one new tree grown, but we can see behind that the other trees. So another location found. This is where the lads are fishing. Series 1, Episode 8, The Fugitive.
Oh yes. Right, I don't know what exactly you can see this, chaps, but as we said, Perry just said, local fishermen gave us the info, so we always give credit, and Perry just gave him credit, Dave Little, and basically we just confirm, match it basically. Me and Perry come here today just trying to see what bit this film, what bit of that film, where it is, you know, what's changed, and you've seen it now. In the distance of this, as I say, you're looking at a field and you're probably thinking, what the hell are these two on? Because it's nothing like it, but as Perry says, it is definitely one. I'm saying this now because of the comments we got in the videos saying, was you sure about that one? We were both definitely sure on this one. One of the things that never changes over the years, this was particular with the Contingency Plans Road and also the Dennis and Oz lay-by outside of Thornley Manor, there's always the distance, the background. Same with East Midlands Airport as well. Particular foliage, as I say, in the background always stays the same as long as it's untouched. And thankfully with this one, this is untouched. And as you look at the scene, which we'll do on the edit again, we'll show you the overlay, what Perry's gave a print off. But there's a little bit of fence remaining that slopes down, then it goes into like barbed wire. And all, part of this still remains now. But the only thing that got me with this one, personally, is we seem to be stood a lot higher. But as we said, it's susceptible to flooding, and basically it just raises up and it overtakes the banks here, as it did in the episode filming. It had already done that. So the lads look like they're on relatively flat ground. But when you come here, the river drops quite down a couple of feet at least. And if I was to run and jump this way now, you wouldn't be seeing me on a level surface, I'd be down under, so to speak. So all of this, mainly, the giveaway is this tree here. On the tree just here in the background, this is sort of grown over time and wasn't even here at the scene. And then there's another one in the far distance. Again, you'll see it on the edit. One in the far distance, this is where the tree shapes come in, you see, where you can match it up, line it up. And even on Photoshop and even the editing, I can turn opacity down and screen match it, and then turn the opacity back up and line it up. And that's where, you know, modern technology comes in, you can confirm it. So we've both come here today. Perry's been here beforehand anyway, days ago. But we've come here today, confirmed the couple together, matched it up, lined it up. But some of the things that just, you know, give us this info is not always the locals, sometimes it's the oak trees. images in the background, particular shapes, and as tedious and as boring as dull as it fucking sounds, this is what helps confirm a location. So in the future when fans come here and say, oh, I've got a picture there, you know damn well you are in the right place. In this particular instance, it's confirmed by Perry, his fisherman mate Dave Little. I've come along, joined Perry, match a couple up with him, which is, you know, it's a hell of a good feeling. We've done it, we've matched them, we've found what we're looking for, and that's it. Another one mainly ticked off the list, but 4 different locations, you know, all in the immediate vicinity, which must have been a hell of a time to film. But this was all flooded, and you know, the best thing is we can match it. It's still here, we can get to it. There's a gate that you have to come in, but there's no sign saying private, there's no entry, there's no trespassers will be prosecuted. So you can come here, you can get your pictures, you can come up here and speculate, but I assure you, me and Perry have confirmed it, it is the exact location. Just on the first glance with a screenshot and this, what you see now, you're going to go, that's not it. But I assure you it is, otherwise this footage would not be recorded right now, I guarantee. As Oz says, I guarantee. So we'll leave you for now. We're going to get a couple more shots of Perry in a minute. He doesn't know yet. But for now, chaps, from me, Auf Wiedersehen. We'll speak to you soon. And we'll leave you a couple of shots of the Ode River. And you'll see damn well how the edit goes together, and I hope you've enjoyed it. But cheers to Perry behind the cam. Cheers, Perry. Couple more ticked off, mate. He found a couple over there, we confirmed a couple together over here, but Perry's looked at all this before me. So I'm just saying credit where it's goddamn due, man. You always credit the fuckers. You know? So, Moxie, Neville, Bomber, Dennis, and I can't remember what I'm saying. Fucking wind up. Hang on, Barry, Moxie, Dennis, Neville, Bomber. Right. So all the lads, apart from Oz and Wayne, I always struggle renaming them again. This is basically where they were fishing, chaps. I know there's major differences, but yeah, we'll leave you in peace, and Auf Wiedersehen for now.
Hello, here we are. This is a small piece of additional footage that I'm going to try to keep short, but I need to add it in to basically make the video complete. I always show you the way to go on the videos. Basically, it's from my point of view coming from Nottingham. But the reason for a lot of road cam and a lot of waffling with a talk cam is because I prefer to keep in the videos the way to go. So it just had to go off there, bloody hell. So I came in past these buildings. These are the old flour mills, I think they're called. There's a little lock here, look. But down here you want to be adding Station Lane, Offord, Cluny. As you can see up here, Station Lane, Offord, Cluny. You can even pinpoint it, video. And you come down here. There we go. Tosser, Tosser. There's always one in there, even on fucking Street View, man. But there you go, this is where I came. So you give a little zoom. Offord and Buckden Angling Society. Remember I said that in the video. Now in there you can't go wrong as such, but when you zoom in a bit, this little bit of brown here right on the edge of the finger of the icon, that bit of brown, I'm pretty sure if I remember correct, that is part of the actual bridge where the scene starts, so you can't miss the damn thing. So in Yellow Barrier, bear in mind this damn thing is locked at night, so if you're planning to go down there late afternoon or whatever, there's a chance you could get locked in. I don't know when they lock it, but I'm sure if you ask a local, or if there may even be something on the sign, I don't know. But if you see like a fisherman, maybe he'll know, because he's got to get GAN. But they do have night fishermen as well, don't they? So I don't know the full story, but all I can say is if you clock a local, maybe ask them and see if there's anything additional on the sign, because obviously with zoom in it's not exactly crystal clear to see. But in there, let's have a zoom out. This is basically the bridge here. Me and Perry parked up here, was behind this tree. We just toddled in nice and steady. Went behind the tree, started filming, up we go. Drone went up about here. and up he went, and we could see the weir there, and obviously the bridge as well when we got it the correct angle. So location 1 and 2 are actually quite easy. The thing is this is a footpath, and in you go, and then you follow the footpath around, and you go through the trees and come out, and you can, this is the old flour mills I believe it's called, and down there, down this green, is where the scene ended, where they were talking about Colin, if he's nicking the stuff or not, and he could have been growing a beard. All there. Me and Perry did come across 2 locals that apparently lived there. I never saw what door they come out of, sadly, but yeah, 2 chaps that I've got the footage. I've named them on the footage, and just a little like 20-second clip where I reminded myself of the names and to put a thanks in the credits. But yeah, these 2 chaps come out, said, oh, would you mind if we just had a look? Off with Clooney, blah blah blah, Auf Wiedersehen. Says, oh, Auf Wiedersehen, we love Auf Wiedersehen. So immediately we was in with him, which was bloody unexpected, I must say. But them locations 1 and 2 this side, but to get to locations 3 and 4, as I'm calling them on this video, pass your Alfred Clooney sign over the bridge, and I know, yes, there are similarities here, but this is not where Colin was waiting for a lift. And although, yeah, I know the railings and that looks similar, but the German one was a bit like the Tyne Bridge, you know, the curved one. But yeah, there are a lot of similarities here, but when you look at that view and then go to the episode, trust me, it is not the same. And it was actually Germany where they got him. So you carry on over your bridge, there you go, here's the end of it, and you're looking for this chap. Now this is your gateway into the fields where locations 3 and 4 were actually filmed. So you can see there, and that gate is still like this to this day. What's the image on this? Image captured July 2016 it says. But I promise you, me and Perry got there was nothing here. Nothing. And I swear there's even a little stile here somewhere, if I remember correct. On one of the sides I'm sure there's a stile so you can climb over. I'd have to reconfirm that actually. But I'm sure we climbed over something that was actually easy to get in. But here's your gates that you're looking for. And we're going to zoom out, give you overhead view, because it's a lot easier because it's a vast area. So you were going down this path, follow the mouse arrow there, and you go all the way down. What is this? Industrial units, and this is all fenced off with iron bars anyway. It's not like you can even get in if you even wanted to, but you carry on past this first field. This first field doesn't appear to be too relevant to the scenes, so we carried on, and you go down here. What am I putting a pinpoint down for? No. It's okay. But there we go. You carry on down. We are looking for this. Now all of this, what the mouse mat's in, this little mouse mat, the mouse arrow, all this field is basically all the scene, if you want to put it that way. So the lad's coming across Colin around the middle here somewhere. It's hard to sort of define it when you're this far zoomed out, but these trees are in the background of when Dennis is giving Colin the key, and up the top end here where you got your River Great house, this is the scene where they were fishing. So they were fishing up this area. It was Barry, Moxie and Dennis up this end, and you had Neville and Bomber a bit further down. Hey, I've got a one, really the new planet. So that's like your quick version of it, chaps. So 2 locations over here, which is your bridge there, and they're talking about Colin just there. Across the road, over the bridge, up the path as we say, side the industrial. Keep going. It's going to take you 10-15 minutes depending, I don't know, you might not walk as fast as me and Perry, we were desperate to find him, but it's going to take you a few minutes. And then up this field, in the middle, get looking at the river, pinpoint with the trees, and then up the top end, again you'll see the trees and the familiarities, as long as you've got some screenshots or even on your phone. And this chap here, this little tree, he's a bit of a pinpointer for the scene as well. He was only a small sod on the filmed, but there you go. All this bridge, talking about Colin, come across Colin, and basically fishing. that is your zoomed out and sort of street view Google guide of what I should have had in the video in the first place, which was footage of me and Perry going from one side of the main road to the other. But location 1 for your bridge, location 2 for your chatting about Colin, location 3 Colin Kipping, location 4 where you're fishing. And that'll do it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. There's more coming soon. We've got more series 1 with Perry in the future. All going well. He's going to take me down Elstree and Boreham Wood. We're going to get Dennis's house when he lived with Vera, and Alan was outside with a Capri. Changed a hell of a lot. And some of the start credit locations for series 1 as well. And also while we're down there, the tree where Oz and Yuli no longer there, but we'll get the location and all the rest of them. But we'll see you soon. Auf Wiedersehen.
Working on the site from morning till night. That's living alright. That's living alright. Then a pint with the boys in a baffled noise. That's living alright. That's living alright. Working all day for a pittance of pay, then blow it all on Saturday night. And you kiss the dames, but you don't ask their names. That's living alright. Working in the sun, drinking schnapps, having fun. That's living alright. That's living alright. Then the night in the town, spreading it around. That's living alright. That's living alright. Working all day for a packet of pay, and send a little back to the world. Still you keep a little here just to keep you in bed. That's living alright. Yeah, you play the game, then it's happy to say. That's living alright. Tell them a lie with a glint in your eye, 'cause tomorrow you'll be back on the site. And you kiss the dames, but you don't ask their names. That's living alright. Yeah, you play the game, then it's happy to say. That's living alright. That's living alright. That's living alright. That's living alright. And you kiss the dames, but you don't ask their names. That's living alright. Working in the sun, drinking schnapps, having fun. That's living alright. Then the night in the town, spreading it around. That's living alright. Working all day for a packet of pay, and send a little back to the world. Still you keep a little here just to keep you in bed. That's living alright. Yeah, you play the game, then it's happy to say. That's living
This is basically where we were struggling like mad, or I was struggling like mad, when comparing video footage of the Colin Kipping rough, lads coming across him, and basically Dennis giving him the key, telling him to get back, get some food and a bath, and then you got Barry here thinking like, bloody hell, you know, what's he doing? Should Dennis be trusting him? But Barry doesn't say anything at this point. But all this background here is what we're gandering at on this. If we go to zoom in, you may be thinking, what the hell is this? None of that's matching up, is it? But yeah, as speculative as fussy as I am with trying to match things up, because you got to get it bloody right, just as they say in the Series 2 lyrics, get it right this time. But you may be thinking, you know, what is all this? What's he doing here? So Barry is basically stood around here. He's a bit more towards the camera if we were the camera at the minute. This is just obviously the computer screen. But this chap here is this. He's still got his bit that comes out the side here. I mean, you've got to remember, this is what, late 82, early 83, I don't know when they filmed this scene. I'm sure it was in the script that appeared online, but late 82, sometime 83, approximate. But I mean, this chap's, he's still got his basic shape. This is what you're looking at with the tedious shit. The silly little details, but also the details that tell you that it's correct. I don't know what this is stood up here, if it's another tree or if it's a post of some sort, but again, this is August the 10th, 2019 in the main background, so a lot's going to have changed, even on a bloody field. But this chap here, with the way the branches are growing up here, can show you good with a mouse, rather than having to edit it frame by frame by frame on the bloody video. But these basically appear to be growing at the right angles. You got a bit of a gap just there, you see a little white in the middle, which is basically this, I'm assuming. Just, you got your main trunk, then another main trunk, and then your white in the middle. And you got to remember again, this is over 30 years old. And then you come to this chap, and this is where the shapes come in again. See down, just there. This is this chap here. So again, plus 30 odd years, he's growing a bit, he's a bit more thicker now. And there, it was possibly earlier in the year, I'm guessing 83 to be honest, but possibly late 82, but mainly I think early-ish 83, where there's not a lot of leaves on the trees. You know, winter's just been, give the leaves a bit of a kicking, leaves are pissed off, hence why everything's bloody just twigs. Whereas here, obviously summer, August, leaves are bloody everywhere. So this chap here goes all the way up there, just at the side of Barry. Is basically this, and he's just grown massively. See, the line's probably about here when it was filmed, when Barry was there. Obviously in time it's grown, it's still kept its not exact shape, but basic shape. And it could have even been a bit of this in the background as well, in the background of this. But I'm convinced that this is, obviously he's grown again, this chap. This is this chap. And yeah, these are basically just, I think this chap here, this big sumbitch, is basically grown in front of this in the years that have gone by. I think this sort of line background here, the trees in the distance, is a little bit of this behind Barry, but I can't say for definite. And this chap here is probably some of this, or even this. I mean, you shrink it down and it does look weird. You try and it's hard to properly line it up. Let's turn the opacity down on Barry. Let's have a look. Notch it up a bit, and then you basically, concentrate where the mouse out with. This chap here, he's here. This chap here, he's there. Look. Again, you can shrink it down. Let's have a look. And it does. You see how it seems to sort of match? There's your start of your this chap here, starting here. Your tree, just there, and your tree here. It's tedious shit, chaps. It's tedious. But see how he matches up with that far right tree there on the Barry image screenshot. See how he's matching? I mean, you've got to. It's hard to do a 4:3 screenshot over a bloody widescreen bloody shot here. But you see this chap here, the little tree, matching up with that one. And then as that shape starts again, again it's trying to just see how this is different here. And then he's got a bit out the back. So on the back of Barry's shot here is a bit there, is a bit there, and the tree's there, and this chap's here. You just line it down a bit, but you can basically see that he's more matching. That's your history there. There we go, going back to normal. So yeah, this chap here, this chap here, and these trees, I mean they're quite thin here, and yet you got a big thick sumbitch here, which makes me think it's, you know, that's possibly either grown just behind the hedge, if that is some sort of hedge, or just in front of it. Is weird. I can't remember which way it was when we were down there. We weren't exactly looking at this chap in massive detail, but yeah, there's a couple of screenshots that we've been trying to bloody match, and it is obviously a lot easier when you get one of these decent size, print it out, and you take it down there like Perry did. And I didn't have screenshots on the day, but when he brought those out, I said, oh, I've got these. I said, oh, that'll probably help quite a bit, you know. Look, even the clouds match up. Even the clouds match up. Yeah, right. Do they bollocks? Bloody, this was one hell of a windy day, this was. Windy, late summer day. Black clouds looming, thinking it was going to rain. A lot of blue sky when the clouds weren't there. But yeah, there you go. Definitely assuming it's a lot earlier in the year. And yeah, just from looking at the background here, I mean, we zoom out, let's have a look on the main image. See all this, look at it, it's massive. This was taken back, see, it's bloody micro size now, it's small. And this is all up here where the mouse is. That's basically where Neville and Bomber was, around there. And then you had Dennis and Moxie further up fishing away. But yeah, see it on the smaller scale. Tree there, tree there, tree there, tree there. Trees with the curve on it just starting, and obviously, as we say, he's grown later in time. He's got a hell of a lot more of a taller peak on him now, rather than just this line just here. But again, that's where it looks like this as well with the background. So yeah, it's a see, it matches more with that. And then this chap is possibly saying that, you know, when you line it up and just about get it. Yeah, see this, there he is. Deselect, hang on, deselect it, there you go, there you go. Yeah, it's like it carries on, isn't it, with this. Just deselect, there we go. So this chap is here for the 50th time, this chap is there, this chap in the background. So even in the background, because this tree's so full and thick and bloody leaves all over the damn thing, you cannot see through it at all, whereas this chap, you got a bit of daylight through it. But yeah, even look at the main sort of background here, the little line where the mouse is going. I reckon it exists there, and then carries on up, and then basically these bits and bobs in the background of Barry. Again, this is just the time scale, isn't it? You know, 30 odd years. But you can see from the ground here, even with the ground here now, that lump matches that lump. That lump matches that lump. Hey, But if we just move him down a bit, there you go. But yeah. All the way up there. Need to deselect this, there we go. Yeah, a little bit of a smaller hedge, smaller tree line, as I'm guessing here. And a bit of a tree, which is obviously grown. Barry's possibly in front of this. But yeah, this main line, and all this. And this chap, and then this chap. The things you have to do to try and confirm a location, eh?